The first thing you see when this comes on screen is your company's name. You see Kevin's company's name. How important is that? This is made by you. You brought.
Well, first of all, shout out to Kevin Hart for lending his talents, his influence. It goes a long, super long way. Shout out to my producing partner, Zatari Turner, who brought this up like this is so necessary to do. And who knew that in a climate the way things are now, where they're kind of erasing things. Like, what we do to y'all?
You were number one on the call sheet for that?
Yeah, I must have been.
If you're number one on the call sheet, you are the subject and not the object of the narrative.
It's an accomplishment for most actors. I didn't know how many opportunities I would have to be first. It means we made it.
The interesting things, like when you look at Black Lives Matter being ripped up. And I told somebody, I said, Black Lives Matter is not about the organization. It was a moment in time that we all over the world said, wow, something bad happened. Let that marinate for a bit. But then here we come with this number one on the call sheet, both black men and black women. And then that was even questioned. Right? Some guy said, why does it gotta be black excellence? And I was like, well, to be honest with you, a few minutes ago, we were actually against the law. So that's an interesting thing. It's like, you know, I tell you, look, I keep it fun and light. I said, well, the reason we're saying it is because for that young black kid who has so many things going on, if he could look up and see these guys telling their positive stories on how they ascended in Hollywood and did some of your greatest movies and TV and film, thing like that, it's just a good feeling.
But it's also beautiful to take a second to reflect on all the things we've gained and all the things that are still to come. But it is also beautiful the way that we talk about each other in this and the way you celebrate all the other actors and what they've done.
Look, Kevin, when I see you, you know what's crazy? I see you and I'm like,
yeah, every time.
Like I said, it's a thing. And the reason that we have that thing is because we're proud of each other. I'm proud of Kevin Frazier. I'm proud of The Rock. I'm proud of Kevin Hart. I'm proud of Denzel. I'm proud of Halle Berry. That you just have so much pride. And so, thanks to Apple, thanks to Reggie, thanks to Shala, being able to craft something that is so cool, and it's cool. You know, think about it. We're trying to find something cool every day. Look, I don't find everything cool all the time. I be in some things, and I can tell when you don't like it. You start with, talk about that jacket you got on. You know,
That's real. That's real.
like when it ain't good, you be like, Foxx, man, tell me about that sweater. But this one, man, it's amazing to see. It's really special at a time where I think it's necessary, you know, and it's great, and it feels good. And thank you to those guys and women that took time out of their schedule. And I'm gonna be honest with you, we didn't pull any homey things. We went the proper way to get people there. We didn't cheapen what they accomplished by the way we approached them. We were like, we're gonna approach you like Rembrandt, and we don't want your feet to touch the ground, and we want this to be a fun, inspiring process, and that's what it was.
It's joy. It brings you joy. This brings you joy. After you watch this, you're like, oh,
And the women, what was interesting about their struggle was like, we sort of take for granted what we're doing, but to see women have to curtail the way they dream about things, like to not be able to dream that I'm going to be the swashbuckler or the superhero, but to see them still ascend to the highest and still so far to go. I was so proud of the way our women held it down and expressed themselves. It was just really incredible.